Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of A Way Back Home with me, your beautiful host, Acquennetta Finesse. I know it's been a fat minute since I've posted, but hey, you can't be the teacher and a student at the same time. Amen. Let that marinate. So today we are going to talk about the importance of focusing on who you are instead of where you are. There's a few different angles we are going to look at this concept from, so let's begin. We have all, to some extent, placed more focus on where we are instead of who we are. Oftentimes, that can look like us beating ourselves up because we feel like we should be further in life or doing more. Or other times, that focus can be the birthing grounds for highly critical self-talk, which in essence is not helpful for anyone. I don't care what nobody say. And side note, I find it very interesting how we collectively tend to have an agreement that constantly critiquing another person is mean, harmful, or to some extent neglectful. Yet so many of us, and myself included at times, have berated ourselves in moments of solitude with the hopes that it will be helpful. And it's funny when I think about that, I'm reminded of my years in track, and when I would train, all of my coaches knew if you wanted the best out of Acquennetta, yelling and being critical, it just wasn't gonna work. It wasn't gonna fly. The gentle route is always the way to go when it comes to me. Because in what world is anybody fathoming that you're going to make somebody feel 2 feet tall and then immediately after say, now give me 6 feet tall energy? Huh? No. And, with the gentle route, it is through that filter of compassion, grace, and patience that we are able to focus on who we are instead of where we are. We are all children of the light, birthed from love itself. So to exude all that you are and are ready to become, the focus has to be on who you are, not where you are. Now, let's dissect this whole where you are piece, okay? Where you are physically, mentally, and even spiritually are byproducts of one being rooted in one's core beliefs. And friendly reminder, your core beliefs are not always true. They can sometimes be mere beliefs. Prime example, believing in Santa Claus, believing in the tooth fairy, okay? Leprechauns, all right? The pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. I always wanted that to be real because, baby, I was going to get that money on. But don't misunderstand me. Beliefs will take you further than the outside truth. And what I mean by that is we all live our lives through our beliefs. And those beliefs express themselves through habits, words, thoughts, emotions. And are those not what drive our day-to-day moments? For example, talking about like Santa Claus. If anybody has grew up being told and believing that Santa Claus was real, it changed the way you interacted with the world around you. It changed the way you interacted with yourself. That belief was so strong. You done got you a list. You over here trying to make sure you not naughty and that you're nice. You do stuff. You like, hold on, we got to get food. Y'all, because I was getting food for the reindeer. I said, not only does Santa have to eat, the reindeer, they gotta go. They need the apples. And now, even as an adult, I call them, when I see the type of apples that I'm talking about, I be calling them reindeer apples. I don't know what they really call. So I say all that to say, if you believe that you are not where you are supposed to be, interrupt that part of yourself, for one, and choose to be grounded in the truth of all that you are. And sometimes we have to uproot these old core beliefs because they do not serve nor honor who we truly are. Now, if you are not sure if your core beliefs are divinely true for you, like the truth that I'm talking about, the truth that grounds you in all that you are and have always been and are meant and destined to become, a great way to test that out is to see if your core beliefs are in alignment with your truest desires. Every person on this planet was brought into this world with desires in their heart. Those desires guide us back home to ourselves and from where we all came from. Love, the divine, the one, God, whatever, however you say that. Okay. Whatever floats your boat, baby. Y'all know what I'm saying. And it aids in our divine evolution and the expansion of all that we are. So, for example, if you desire to be a millionaire, but you are constantly calling yourself broke, well, that's not true. And we need to uproot that belief of lack. You get what I'm saying? Or another example, if you desire to be married, but you are holding on to a core belief that you can't keep healthy relationships, then that is an indication that core belief isn't true and you need to let it go. The desires of your heart are divinely yours and true. So to aid in helping you focus on who you are instead of where you are, we have to do the inner work of acknowledging our truest desires and assessing if they align with our current core beliefs. From there, we are able to recognize that what we are experiencing in our external world is a byproduct of what has been created and consistently being stirred up inside of us. And I use the term stirred up to give a mental picture of you literally cooking something on a stove. Hey man, the stove of your heart. Hey, I be saying that all the time. I be like, something's marinating on the stove of my heart. Sometimes this stuff be in the oven and I be like, they need to cook. Now, the funny thing is, and ironically, I mean, everything you cook, like in your heart and stir up, it will only be consumed and expressed by and through you. Can't nobody else eat that. That's your food. You cooked it. It was made by your hands. Which is why it is so vital to take dominion over your mind and the thoughts you allow yourself to engage with. Remember, all thoughts are not yours. I'm gonna repeat myself. All thoughts that you have that come your way, come across your table, come across your desk, they're not yours. But all thoughts are a reflection of where you are consciously. So remember, you are pure consciousness. You are not your mind. You are not your body. Nor do you have a soul. You are the soul. And the soul is pure consciousness. Now, if that was a little confusing, I'm going to materialize what I just said. We're going to materialize it. Now, you know when someone is really depressed and expressing harmful thoughts, that is because they are in that field of consciousness. Which is why across languages and cultures, when someone is in a depressed state, the words and that they use to express themselves and to say how they feel are always the same. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? You getting it? Is it making sense? I hope so. I really do. So then when you experience that same person, when they are out of that state of depression, they are expressing that state of being with different words because they're in a different state, right? They may say, I'm blessed and highly favored. I'm happy, so they'll express it by saying, I'm so happy to be here. And that is a indication that they have now occupied a new field of consciousness. Now, I want to materialize everything I just said in another way. Okay. When you align your core beliefs with the desires of your heart, you have now begun the process of focusing on who you are instead of where you are. And you will begin to recognize that the words of affirmations you speak to yourself internally, the thoughts that you ascribe to and embrace, they begin to manifest in the material world, this physical world, right? So what you are currently experiencing right now, as you listen to me right now, is an old manifestation. And the word manifestation is not inherently good. or bad. It is simply a word to describe a divine creation. And remember, you are an expression of the divine and the creator of your reality. Your inner world is your truest reality. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Oh, I hope so. So if you're not happy with what you see physically or materially in your world, remember everything that I said before now. Just go ahead and rewind. Because our lives are lived from the inside out, not the outside in. This third dimension is the lowest we can go as three-dimensional beings, okay? The next thing that's left is a piece of paper. And I ain't trying to be no piece of paper. I don't know about y'all. I ain't trying to do all that. I like this. I like it here. But the consciousness that you are, that we all are, it exists on every plane. So imagine that when you affirm your beliefs and embrace the loving thoughts that come your way, you are basically pulling down your desires from one dimension to the next, patiently waiting for it to arrive in this third dimension. Now, I don't know if all my church folks, if I got any church folks listening, y'all, what's that song? Reach up and pull the blessings down. What's that? Who did that song? Anyway, that's the song that keep coming up in my heart, because that's basically what we were saying and doing. And it tickles me so much when, across these various religions and spiritual practices, like we all be saying the same thing, just in different ways. And some people, you be like, oh, right idea, wrong delivery. I don't know. Anyway, as I end this episode, though, I will leave you with this loving reminder. Your words make worlds. So now I ask you, what world do you want to experience? Thank you for listening, and I will catch you guys on the next episode of A Way Back Home. Love you guys so much. Always with love, Acquennetta Finesse. Mwah. Love you guys. Bye.